Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's 9:26. If you missed seeing Bill Courtney, the coach from the Oscar-winning Best Documentary Undefeated, during the Q&As at the Circle Cinema last night, you can still see it again. That's because Circle recorded those sessions. They'll be showing them again at the theater. Screenings of this amazing film continues, and, well, guess what? We've got the man here. We got Bill Courtney joining us this morning to tell us about his football team at Manassas and how things have changed in the last couple of years. Also, Clark Waynes from Circle Cinema joining us this morning. I don't say also Clark Waynes from Circle Cinema.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, you guys are showing the movie, the documentary right now. You said things are going really well with it.
Very well, and we should have it for at least 2 or 3 more weeks, I imagine, and it turned out very well last night. Bill did some great Q&As, lots of questions. In fact, they could have gone all night, and we had to finally stop it, I'll be honest. They just had questions galore.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming in this morning. This is a really interesting story, because I'd heard about this story before, but in talking to you, it's really amazing. As you were telling me earlier, it's not just about X's and O's. It's not really a football film for those who think, I don't really want to see a sports movie. This is about young men who are learning from you about life more so than football.
Yeah, I mean, football's the backdrop of the movie, obviously, but the movie is about being not defeated by your circumstances, and despite social economic problems and abject poverty, with a little bit of love, a little bit of commitment, a little bit of discipline, a little bit of character, you can overcome those obstacles, and that's really what the movie's about, is the perseverance of kids and a large group of volunteers who surround them.
And you were talking about it when you first got there. There wasn't a lot of commitment from the kids in the school or the school itself to the football program. You had like 18 or 19 kids that first year, but things started to change as they made a commitment to you and you made that commitment to them, and it ultimately leads to a state championship.
Well, it doesn't lead, well, we're getting ahead of that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of that, but let's just say it leads to some successes.
All right.
Yeah, and it is. It's commitment, and it's people really not caring who gets the credit, because it's amazing what can accomplish if we're not worried about ourselves.
Okay, just before you started coaching there, you tell me you also had, just a few years prior to that, had started a lumber business. So you got all these things going on in addition to your family. So what were they thinking about? Bill, what are you doing? You've already got these other commitments. Why are you still going out there and talking and working with these kids?
I think my family bought in. My kids certainly did. My wife understood it. It was an enormous commitment on my family's part. I mean, 50 hours at work and 50 hours at football doesn't leave a whole lot of time for anything else. And those 6 years did take a toll. And that is explored also in the movie. So when you see that, you'll get a feel for what that's all about. But my wife and children were troopers and were absolutely as committed to the whole process as I was.
Now, the neat thing is, we don't have the pictures, but you were showing us some pictures earlier, because when you got to go to the Academy Awards, you guys got to walk down the red carpet. Your wife got the best treatment possible. The makeup people, the hair people came in and got her all dialed up and ready. And you said, I would imagine for you as the husband, after having all she's put up with you for that many years, that had to be nice to see her be able to be treated like that.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, and she certainly deserved it, because without her support, I don't think any of this would have ever happened. And walking the red carpet was cool and everything else. But my wife keeps me grounded. She's a very grounded person. And the bottom line is, you know, we're not going to be defined by a 14-inch gold statue. We're going to be defined by the success that these kids have in college and becoming married and raising families and having jobs. And so while the Oscars have been, were extraordinarily fun, at the end of the day, we want to be defined by something much greater than an award show.
Certainly understandable. Now, the Q&A, Clark, is that going to run right after the movie, so folks can stick around?
We're going to play it in the quad.
Okay.
Leo's producing it today, and we'll be running that in our little quad theater. Actually interviewed Bill and did about half of a Q&A, and we'll be running that in the quad. And you'll be able to come out of the theater and let another movie start, and you can sit on the quad 50 seats and watch this. It'll be very entertaining.
All right. Are you still
more in-depth, you know?
Are you still coaching?
Yeah, I'm coaching actually at my kids' school now. That's where we won a state championship this year at my kids' school. And yeah, I mean, I coached and taught football coached football and taught school for a living when I graduated college. And despite that, I'm running a lumber business and do that to put food on the table. Coaching's part of it and always will be, so yeah.
Now, you made your rounds. We're just about time. But you Jimmy Kimmel, you've done a bunch of things, but you said Sports Center was your favorite, and Good Day Tulsa, evidently we're right behind that.
Yeah, right here. Right here. This is the new favorite. Yeah.
Excellent. Bill, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks so much.
Clark, as always,
always a pleasure.
Good to see you, man. Thank you so very much. You can check it out yourself. Undefeated, the screening through Thursday at Circle Cinema.